Welcome back to day 16. Today I want to talk about how do you recharge that core energy that you have. There are different layers of energy and by energy in this context, I mean vitality. So there are different levels of vitality that we all experience. There's that surface level that when that kind of goes down, we just, we can still make it through the day, but we're just kind of draggy. And then we get down a little deeper, and there's a mid level that, where you just can't finish a job. You just need to rest. You get sleepy after you eat something, and your nervous system switches gears from sympathetic, let's go, 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 to parasympathetic, and it calms down. And it's very busy digesting the food you just ate, and you get a little sleepy. That's that mid level. And what I'm talking about here is core energy. Now, usually we don't get really this tired unless we have been pushing and pushing and pushing, or you're recovering from an illness, whether it's a common flu or a cold or something more serious. Now, it's always good to learn how to balance and work with your body's vitality and energy. We have that physical vitality that it gives us the strength to keep moving through our day and our projects and our life. Well, part of that vitality comes from the strength of our energy. And in this context, I'm talking about energy systems, primarily from traditional Chinese medicine and from Ayurvedic medicine. Both of these systems of medicine have been well researched and are over 5,000 years old. And when something is that old and still being used in common cultures around the world, they've got the kinks worked out. So the energy I'm talking about here is that unseen energy, but you certainly feel it in your physiology. When you get really excited and you get butterflies in your stomach, that's not just your nervous system firing off. There was an incoming charge of energy, electromagnetic energy, that is unseen, that came into your field and popped a little circuit there in the nervous system. And so you feel those butterflies. And that can be attached to a good feeling in situation or a not so good feeling in situation. Either way, we feel energy. We feel our vitality, which is more about physical strength, and our physiology and our ability to keep going and moving through the day. But that is fueled by the core energy of our systems, our energy systems. And that is the unseen energy that we can all sense and feel when we walk into a room, a crowded room with people, and we can kind of gravitate toward this person or stay away from that person. We're detecting things energetically at that time. So when your core energy gets depleted, not necessarily your vitality, but your core energy, you've got to rebuild. Just like you would rebuild your vitality, your physical vitality, by working out or resting or eating nutritious food or anything like that. All those activities also help build our core energy. But I want to take you through a short little practice that can be applied anywhere. And before I get into that, let me say this. I've been doing the work of a medical intuitive and energy medicine practitioner for a very long time. And in my experience, when I run into situations, not only within myself, but within other people, my clients, that have lower core energy, it really is very demonstrative in the way in which I intuitively see it. Primarily, it really is out of the core of the body, right out of the center of your belly. Now, it can have physiological effects. It can slow down digestion. It can make it behave erratically. It can build up too much fire in your body, which is a constitutional way of talking about it. And being fatigued in your core energy can really drag down your nervous system. In other words, it can be even more highly responsive than it already is. A loud noise, somebody who's angry, getting around anybody's energy that doesn't feel quite right. You just don't have that core stamina of energy to be able to tolerate it. So that which is typically tolerable can become intolerable. For me, what it looks like on an intuitive level, because I'm very visual intuitively, is that and it varies between people. I mean, really, we're all such individuals, but the core system is what it is, right? From a visual perspective, the energy coming out of the solar plexus can be very elongated and narrow, in the sense that this energy of the body is trying to pull itself out. It's trying to stretch itself out to find some sense of basis, some touchstone, if you will, from an energetic point of view. The same can be true in the back of the third chakra. It can be elongated, or it can be just pushed in and flat like a dish, like the will of who you are, the willingness of your body to keep going, the willingness of you to keep going, dealing with what you're dealing with can be diminished, and your core energy sinks into a place where it's really uncomfortable. You just don't have that get up and go. Now, it's also going to affect things system wide. So your brain can be more scrambled, right? You can't put words together. You forget nouns like people's names and I'm looking for something. What is that? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it's a spoon. Oh gosh, how could I forget a spoon? You lose your nouns first when you get your core energy tired. So that's something to pay attention to. Also, the root chakra, to go back to chakras for a moment, that can be, again, elongated, going straight down as if a root of a tree is trying to find its grounding again, its source of nourishment and connection. So that brings me to the practice. I often tell my clients that I believe in enlightenment on the fly. I mean by that is that I believe, based on experience, that we are already enlightened. We already know and have deep wells of wisdom inside of us. The thing is we forget that. And while I have spent countless hours in contemplative practices and meditation, because the truth is enlightenment isn't for sissies. You have to do the practices. There's no way to usurp that. You have to do practices. You have to understand the way in which energy moves in and around your own body, let alone the world in which you live. That helps you maintain balance and health and equanimity on the inside of you, which then, of course, reflects in your outer world. We have all felt that feeling that we just can't shut down our mind. Too many thoughts, the brain, we lose our nouns, like I was saying earlier, and it just can't organize the thoughts in the same way anymore. And you may have that feeling of just being ahead of some kind of force of energy that's just pushing you and pushing you. Well, that's not your imagination. When I look at this energetic pattern in people, it literally and energetically is as if their body is being pushed by their nervous system really toward the front edge, the leading edge of their energy system. And it jams your nervous system signals. And there go the hormones, up and down and all around. So when this happens, your body and energy fields are not best friends in the moment. But there is a way to find that balance and bring not only your energy back into balance, but your nervous system and body's functions. Now, this isn't the end-all be-all. No, practice is, but it's very helpful in the moment. This is a simple practice, and you can thin slice it insofar as doing phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 all together. Or if you only have time or you only feel you need phase 1, or just a recap and check in on phase 3, then that's fine. There's no rigidity when it comes to this. After all, guys, this is your body, your energy, and you've got to learn to trust yourself. You've got to learn to trust the voice of your intuition. If I have one mission personally and professionally in my life, is to help you understand the structure of intuition, how it works, how to tap into the unseen and unheard power of this skill and this, as Einstein called it, a gift, but how to tap into it in whatever moment you need it, because that's when we need it. Because we never know what we're going to face in the day. No matter how intuitive you are, you just turn your intuition toward the moment and assess that intuitively and intellectually. But intuition is not always about prediction. That's where a lot of people get hung up, but that's another day in this series of recordings. But you can thin slice this practice, so let's get started on that. It will help steady your core. That's what it'll help you do. It will help ground you and give you that sense of, okay, I know I'm tired, but I can do this. I can do this. And it's not a false adrenaline-driven sense of knowing you can get through something. You will actually feel the energy building in your body. And from that sensation, you can rest assured, whether it is your meridians realigning or your chakras doing the same, it is happening in you. When you feel the sensation of calmness and groundedness and a fulfillment of energy and personal power within your body, that is inescapable. That is an experience, and we should always trust our own experiences because our nervous system gets those signals first. Then it goes to the brain and we interpret it with the language that we have available to us. Trust your experience. Trust the voice of your intuition, which is a delivery system of information into the body, up into the brain, and then we put our language to it. I will always keep telling you about the structure because a lot of people have a misconception about intuition, what its structure is, and how it really works. And if we don't understand the structure of anything, we're not going to be able to use it for our wellness and our personal and professional lives and decision making. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. And if you'd like to stand up, that's fine. Allow your shoulders to relax. Let your hips be easy, no tension. Let the muscles of your neck and your shoulders and your hips and your legs relax. Open your hands up really wide, stretching the fingers, and then release that tension. Breathing in and breathing out. And one more time, put some tension in your fingers and spread them wide apart, stretching, stretching, stretching. Breathing in and release as you exhale out. Let it go. Just feel your feet on the floor. Move your mind from your toes through the ball of the foot, the arch, the inside of the foot to the outside of the foot, and back to the heel. Feel both feet on the floor. This is an easy way to call yourself home, to come back to center. Breathing in and out, you now bring in and call forth light or energy. Bring it into the crown of the head and allow it to slowly sink down through the torso, all the way down your legs and into the ground. or the floor upon which your feet are resting. Pay attention to the color or combinations of color that move through your body within the light and energy. Notice if there are any particular colors that make you feel calmer or more invigorated. Your body knows exactly what frequency you need, and trust that. For now, you stand solid in a river of light and healing energy moving vertically from the top of your head to the floor. And with a nice breath in through the nose and a soft exhale out through the mouth, move your mind's attention to your belly, to the solar plexus area of your body, just below the sternum. Your intention here is to build strength, energy, and energetic and physical vitality. You don't have to do anything except to hold the intention of building energy and power here. Yet pay attention to the directions in which this energy begins to move. Is it horizontal? Does it circulate into a ball of energy and move from top to bottom, rotating and spinning around in your solar plexus? Does it expand? Does it become more intense without moving physically outwardly? Pay attention to any feelings or sensations in your body as you enjoy the different qualities, colors, and textures of this experience. Do any people or events pop into your mind? You don't have to fix anything, but it's good to be aware of what may have taken up housekeeping right in the middle of your belly. When you are ready, gently place the palms of your hands on your belly. Allow the energy to keep moving in the way in which it is. It will naturally recede into a place of steady flow and stillness. Breathing in and out, feeling your hands rise and fall on your belly with each inhalation and exhalation. Whenever you are ready, and take your time, take a beautiful breath in and an easy, slow exhale out. Namaste.